I get it, you're staring at a list of industrial printers and wondering if you're about to throw a lot of money at something that won't actually solve the real problems on your floor. You've probably already heard the buzz about Zebra's reputation, but the risk of buying a machine that's either over-engineered for your needs or missing a key feature is real. You don't want to spend a month setting up a printer only to find it can't handle the label sizes you need, or that the connectivity options clash with the way your warehouse network is built. And if you do end up buying the wrong unit, you'll be paying for downtime, wasted ribbons, and that lingering feeling that you could have done better research. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's break down what the ZT411 actually brings to the table, who will see a genuine return on that investment, and who might be better off looking elsewhere. First off, the ZT411 is a 203 dpi thermal transfer printer that can print up to 4 inches wide. That width is the sweet spot for a lot of common label formats, think shipping tags, asset labels, or product identification stickers. If your operation regularly prints 3-inch or 4-inch labels, you won't have to juggle multiple printers or resort to custom cutting. On the flip side, if you're only ever printing narrow barcode tags, that extra width could be unnecessary bulk. The biggest practical advantage I've seen in real-world deployments is the flexibility of the connectivity suite. The unit comes with serial, USB, Ethernet, and Bluetooth ports, meaning you can hook it up directly to a legacy PLC, a modern Windows workstation, a networked label server, or even a tablet on the shop floor. In a medium-sized distribution center where the IT team already runs an Ethernet-based label management system, the Ethernet option lets the ZT411 sit quietly on the network and receive print jobs without needing a dedicated PC. Conversely, a small craft workshop that prefers a Bluetooth connection to a laptop can still get the same print quality without rewiring anything. That range of options cuts down on the "I need an adapter" hassle that often trips up smaller businesses. Another point that shows up repeatedly in field reports is the enterprise-grade label durability. Thermal transfer, unlike direct thermal, uses a ribbon that fuses ink onto the label material. The result is a label that can survive heat, sunlight, and a fair amount of abrasion, perfect for items that travel through a warehouse, get slapped onto pallets, or sit on outdoor equipment. The downside is that the ribbon is sold separately, so you have to factor that ongoing cost into your budget. If you were hoping for a one-time purchase with everything included, you'll need to keep a small inventory of ribbons on hand, especially if you run high-volume jobs. Speaking of volume, the ZT411's industrial design means it's built to run for many hours a day without overheating. Users who have installed it in a 24/7 shipping dock report that the printer maintains consistent print speed and doesn't need frequent cool-down periods. That reliability translates directly into saved labor. No one wants to stop a line because a label printer is jammed or has overheated. However, the trade-off is a slightly steeper learning curve for the initial setup. The printer's internal menu isn't as glossy as a consumer model, and you'll need to spend a few minutes configuring the media size, print speed, and ribbon type. If you're comfortable navigating a few submenus or have an IT person to help, that's a minor inconvenience. If you expect plug-and-play out of the box, you might feel a little frustrated. Now, let's talk about who should actually consider putting the ZT411 in their workflow. If you run a medium to large warehouse, a manufacturing line that needs durable compliance labels, or a logistics hub where barcode accuracy and label longevity are non-negotiable, this printer checks a lot of boxes. The ability to connect to multiple devices means you can centralize printing and reduce the number of printers you need to manage. The 4-inch width covers most standard label templates used in shipping, inventory, and safety signage, so you won't be constantly redesigning your label layouts. On the other hand, if your label needs are modest, say, a small office printing occasional QR codes or a hobbyist creating custom stickers, the ZT411 is probably overkill. The cost of the machine plus ribbon consumables will outweigh the benefits you'd get from a cheaper direct thermal desktop printer. Also, if you don't need the ruggedness that thermal transfer provides, you might be paying for durability you'll never actually leverage. A practical weakness that can bite new owners is the ribbon management. Because the ribbon isn't integrated into the cartridge, you have to load it manually, and the printer sensor will stop printing if the ribbon runs low. In a fast-moving environment, that can translate into a brief pause while you swap spools. The solution is simple: keep a spare ribbon on hand and train one person to replace it quickly, but it's an extra step that